I can't believe this. I look in the Telegraph, and this is how they cover it. Cyclists send record number of Jeremy Vine-style videos to police. So does that mean I'm now a meme?
Do you like that, or do you not like that?
I haven't been filming for the last few months because I got upset by all the trolling. But I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, you know.
Are you proud when you? No, I'm curious.
No. I do still film for police because it's quite important. It's been revealed that cyclists have sent a record amount of video footage to police, with over 15,000 clips of incidents being submitted in England and Wales last year. Road safety charity I Am Road Smart also found that the rate of prosecution for a motorist overtaking a cyclist too closely, and that's what we're discussing here, has risen from, now look at this, that's too close, mate, that you're going through a pinch point. It's risen from 38% to 54% in 2024. So they are getting a lot of prosecutions out of this. This driver's all over the shop. They say more than half of drivers are not even aware of how big a gap you should leave when you pass a cyclist. So I'll show you what it looks like, okay? And it's 1.5 metres. And we have a bicycle here, not mine, belongs to our brilliant sound person, Nick. And probably means it's going to make a squeaking noise. And so let's just be clear. That's not where the 1.5 metres starts. If I put it on the handle, that's not it. It starts where I end. So it is on my hip there. Can you see how far that is? That's what a person on a bicycle, not wants, not expects, has a legal right to. That sort of clearance, right? And that means that, and by the way, if you're, I'm saying this impartially, if you're cycling, if a person is cycling, they don't have to facilitate a safe overtake by the driver behind them. So I'm happy, I'm going to weave if I have to avoid potholes. If you're behind me, you've got to leave that distance. Is that clear enough? Why is it, Phil, that drivers don't seem to understand what that is?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because they're selfish, because they're concentrating on driving too much, because they haven't read the highway code for 30 years, because inside a car, I'm a motorist as well, and lots of motorists are brilliant, and we all want good drivers, but they're cocooned inside their 2-ton piece of metal, and they ignore the safety of cyclists.
And in Angela's case, 3 tons, because you've got a whopper.
Not anymore.
Oh, you gave it away, didn't you? Yeah, you've got a 4x4, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, right.
I've got a 2x2 now.
I'm told we've got a couple of videos that I made in the period where I was filming a lot, which I do believe actually helped keep the road safer. So let's just see one now. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so yeah, this is actually my wife up ahead in the grey coat there. Look at this car. This car wants to pass her, but it doesn't want to go too close to the bus. So it passes my wife too close. So I'm immediately zoned in here. I'm going to pull the camera back out slightly. You'll see a bit more context here. And I approach behind my wife. My wife is not really bothered, but I'm bothered. And I'm going to take the number plate and just check for any other offences the driver may be committing. And what do we see when we get to the front? The answer is, of course, she's got a dog loose in the passenger seat. So she will have got a ticket for close pass and uncontrolled dog in the car. Now, is there anything wrong with me sending that film to the police?
Well,
she offended against my wife, for a start.
Well, first of all, I don't blame you having that visceral response, you know, and especially when...
Well, my wife doesn't take up that much room.
No, I think, you know, you want your wife to be safe. You want anybody to be safe. I think the problem is that I don't like this snitch sort of mentality.
Snitch is a bit loaded.
Okay,
isn't it? Because if you saw someone burgling your neighbour's house, you wouldn't regard yourself as a snitch for ringing the police.
You would if you deliberately went there with a camera on your hat, sitting outside your neighbour's house, hoping that a burglar came along and burgled it. Okay, so I think, well, you'll know what I think if you let me finish the sentence. I think we should have a culture of cooperation rather than combat. And cyclists themselves, who I want to be safe, I cycle.
I don't know if we're showing this at the moment. I can't tell. Okay, sorry. Let's just. There's a video running I want to show you. Let's just have a look here. This is me on my bike. You're seeing from my angle here, my camera. I'll turn it round behind, and you're going to see this guy's. Okay, that guy just passed me there. I think there's a rear shot as well, but yeah, he was way too fast and way too close. There we are. Let's see. Oh, there. Okay, so here we are behind. Just watch the way he behaves here. He undertakes the truck. I mean, this guy needs his car taken off him. He is very dangerous. Look at the speed of that in the bus lane. and then just basically thinking, oh, and you see a little bit of dust fly out from the wheels. That's a different order of seriousness.
But you're hoping there are bus lane cameras, because bus lane cameras are brilliant. You only have to teeter onto and you'll get the notification.
But they're not Snitches, the bus lane cameras.
Well, that's an established legal situation, OK? What I'm saying is I don't want cyclists to be unsafe. I cycle, family members
Your
cycle.
Martin does as well.
My husband's a major cyclist. I hate road cycling, but I do it when I have to. I'm also a driver. What I'm saying is we need to have more of a culture of understanding and cooperation rather than just, I'm going to go after you and I'm going to get you.
Fair enough.
And the other thing I need to mention very
quickly let's have a call then.
Is that cyclists do what they like and they're not identifiable. They jump red lights.
Well,
They don't have to have a number plate. Yeah, so for every responsible cyclist, there's an irresponsible one as well.
Same with drivers. Andy in Dorset, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Are cyclists who film drivers snitches or superheroes?
It's all about perspective, isn't it? So some of the clips that you've shown there, the ones that are incredibly dangerous, okay, so then, yes, you know, they should be reported, whether it's a lorry or the car's undertaking or whatever it is.
Yeah.
However, I've also seen, it could be London-based. I'm sure it's not you, though, Jeremy. But there is a chap who goes out of his way to film people in gridlock traffic that might be looking at their phones or something like that.
But this guy's famous. This guy actually, his name is Cycling Mikey, and I do know him. He's become a friend because I really admire him. And you don't like that.
No, I think it's twofold, isn't it? If you're doing something incredibly dangerous, then yeah, that needs to be reported to the police. Okay, I think there needs to be more cohesion between drivers and the police. Drivers and cyclists. Okay, your panelist there made a good point that cyclists are often unidentified. Okay, but I think also this, like that guy that you're friends with, he goes out and actively provokes people that are sat in stationary vehicles.
Okay, hang on, you've had quite a good shout here. What he does is films people who are on their phones and they may be at a traffic jam. I'm told that's not relevant.
I mean, the idea we're comparing the 99.4% of deaths on the road aren't caused by cyclists, they're caused by motorists. So let's just that's the danger from cars and lorries and vans. And these people in my book are heroes. They are absolute heroes and lifesavers.
So Cycling Mikey has had 165,000. He's got £165,000 worth of fines levied on motorists.
And he's making the roads
You don't think that's too much?
For all of us. And why wasn't he in the King's birthday honours list last week?
But is he changing?
Because he should have been.
Probably is.
He still has to
people
do it.
I see fewer people on mobile phones.
That's the thing that I would want to happen, that we understand the dangers of driving like that. We don't know enough about how to drive around.
I had a really weird one happen the other day. Ian Jury's son is called Baxter Jury. He's a musician as well. He was being interviewed on my sister station at Radio 2, 6 Music. And the interviewer said, what have you been up to? He said, well, I've been recording music. I've been travelling across London, really enjoying using the studio again. The only problem was I lost my licence because I was using my phone at the wheel and Jeremy Vine filmed me. I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction. And the interviewer said, I think we should take this offline. So I didn't really hear any more about it. It was just a kind of a weird thing. So you realise that the stuff you submit, I mean, I submitted 3 things this week. They do get acted on.
Yes.
I don't always hear the result. But I just would stay off your phone in London, particularly.
Absolutely.
Really, and in traffic as well.
Everywhere.
It's dangerous in traffic as well. Tina in Middlesex, hi.
Oh, hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Now, which side are you going to be on, I wonder?
Yeah, I'm on the superheroes, I agree. But
Nice one.
my concern was that there's also an accountability in respect of cyclists. A lot of them, I find, as a careful driver, I perceive, don't adhere to the red lights at the traffic lights. They don't dismount and they drive straight through.
Yeah.
And that is my concern.
I hear you. Logically, Phil has said that drivers cause the deaths. So that's what we're discussing today. But we do talk about cyclists going through red lights. And I saw quite a lot this morning. I don't know what to say. I mean, we talked about bees earlier. Bees kill more people in Britain every year than cyclists do.
But if you
maybe it doesn't matter, Tina.
What doesn't matter?
Cyclists
Sorry.
going through red lights. Maybe it doesn't matter. It matters if a car does.
It matters just as much, because what I'm saying, when you come to a junction where you have traffic, there are traffic coming from either angles, left, right.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you're the driver and the cyclist have to wait for those traffics to go.
I understand.
Before
I'm
that
not arguing with a lot of
driver-
conviction that when the cyclist gets in an accident, it's usually the cyclist who
Yeah,
dies.
they cop it, but we need
Yeah,
to
they
kind of
cop it.
educate. We need like a clunk clip campaign where people understand the dangers of driving near cyclists. Cyclists understand what they have to do. Drivers understand what they have to do.
I'll only end on one stat here. Every year, 3 people killed by cyclists, 10 people killed by bees. Thank you, Tina.